What's good with you?
What's up, YouTube?
Yeah, it's your boy Weezy the King
and Prince Weezy.
So today we gonna hit on something that's a little bit touchy, but before that we do that, I'm gonna share a little beer with my son. You know what I'm saying? A&W style. So today's conversation basically is a little touchy because it hits on how you describe to, some white people how they're privileged. This is one of the ways that I like to talk to them about when I'm explaining to them how they're privileged, is tell them about the talks that we have to have with our kids as far as what you're supposed to do when you get pulled over. They don't have them rules. They don't have to do that with their kids, but we have to do it with ours. So I'm going to go over this and maybe, and I'm going to try to get his opinion on a lot of it and what he thinks and feels about it as well. So let's get into this first question. It says, always be polite, respectful when stopped by the police, and keep your mouth shut. What do you think about that?
I feel like there's a certain level of respect that everybody gotta have for each other. So the being polite stuff, that's cool. But I mean, if this is America and I can do whatever I want, not without no consequence. I know
what
that
you
there's
mean, freedom of
consequences.
speech?
Freedom of speech. I should be able to say as I please and not shut my mouth.
But what would be the reason to shut your? What do they mean when they say keep your mouth shut?
I think they mean like don't say anything. That's the whole thing. Just don't say nothing.
Right, but the thing is, it's kind of hard not to say nothing. I feel like keeping your mouth shut is not good. For one, he's gonna ask you questions. You got to answer those. So it's kind of contradictory to say be polite but keep your mouth shut. It's kind of because you can't do both. You get what I'm saying? Like, I can't be polite to you and say yes sir, no sir if I can't talk. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But as far as being rude, we're not allowed to be rude. You know what I'm saying? The first time I ever seen a free man, and this is crazy, really felt like they was free. I was in a car with a white friend of mine. I'm in the passenger seat. He's in the driver's seat. And his two brothers are in the back seat. And we get pulled over by the cops. And dude, the cop comes and says, oh, driver's license registration. He gets all that. He's like, what did I do? Woo, 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 whatever. The cop explained to him. And he looks in at me. Now, I'm the only black guy in here now. So then he walks. All the windows are down. He looks in, sees the two white boys in the back, sees him, comes all the way to the passenger side and asks me for my ID. You know what I'm saying? So, dude, my homeboy goes off. He's like, hold up. Why are you asking him for his ID? He's done nothing wrong. He's sitting over in the passenger seat. You have no right to ask him for his ID. He's not in violation. I am. So you need to be talking to me. And literally, the police officer left from where I was at and went over and talked to him. The dude's father is a lawyer, so he went ahead and gave him his ID or whatever. I mean, he gave him his card, and the cop left us alone. That, to me, man, I felt like, I was hyped. I was like, this nigga's all right, nigga. You talk to the police like that? Because we can't do stuff like that. We would have been shot. You get what I'm saying? So that's one of the experiences that I try to tell how white people are privileged in certain areas. Yeah. So then it says the second one is, remember that your goal is to make it home safe. If you feel that your rights has been violated, you and your parent have the right to file a formal complaint to the police department. What do you think about that?
First, if I'm being violated by anybody else, or if a police gets violated, either on duty or off duty, they're gonna handle the situation right there and then.
Right.
Just like if any man gets violated from another man, they're gonna handle the situation right there and then. Whether it's a cop or not, that badge means nothing. You are still a simple person. Just because you have a gun, just because you have a badge doesn't mean anything. You are not higher power than anybody else. So if you do come at me the wrong way, then I'm going to come back at you the wrong way.
Well, that's one thing you can't do. Because, for one, even though the way that it's supposed to be, they're here to protect and serve us. They actually work for us. We pay their bills. We're the reason why their family is able to eat because of our tax dollars. They're supposed to protect us. But when it comes to black males, especially, they feel threatened. So anything that they do gives them, anything you do gives them a reason to grab for their gun.
Yeah.
So if anytime they get loud or they try to, or you feel like something's like they're mistreating you, it is best. Like now, and everything is recorded, so hopefully somewhere where you're getting recorded at, and that's another reason why you stay polite. And you know what I'm saying, and go ahead and listen to what he's got to say, because at the same time, if you don't and you get caught on camera, they just gonna put you on that, oh, he's an angry black man thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna look bad on your part. You know what I'm saying? So you want to do things to make sure that you don't give no reason for them trying to put their hands on you. You know what I'm saying? Because we both know some drama gonna go down. Some of you, you know what I'm saying, and it ain't gonna be in their best interest. But the third one is, don't under any circumstance get into an argument with the officer. We kind of went over that, but
I mean, I don't feel like you shouldn't get in arguments with officers. I mean, for the most part, their job, what they're supposed to be doing, is, like you said, serving us. So there's no point of us arguing with them.
Right.
So I feel like that's true. But I mean, it depends on what officer it is. If you know what I'm saying, it all depends. I don't know. Most officers, I feel like they try to like carry themselves to a higher standard, and you're supposed to do that. But I think they let power go to their head. Like, you ain't the boss of nothing.
Right. Some people like abuse
they
their power.
They was bullied in school.
Majority of them. But my thing is, when it comes to that, sometimes it may come off as being smart or being smart aleck, but I don't run into problems where I done got into it with police officers. But it's basically what you said earlier with the respect. I'm the type of person. Never belittle me. Never try to make like you better than me or you above me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a man just like you are. Talk to me like I'm a man. And as a person that didn't do anything, I was able to talk to that cop in that type of manner because it wasn't me that they was looking after. That was a time that what was it? Nisha and Nene them got into it when they rode down here. Yeah. So that was at that time. So I was able to talk to him a certain type of way with that manner of respect, and he actually backed off and another cop came. But that's rare. Anything could have happened, but at some point in your life, when you a man and you doing everything you're supposed to do, you paying your taxes and you doing everything, then you should be treated accordingly.
Right.
So we're at 4. Yeah, at 4, I always remember that anything can be used against you in court. What do you think that means?
Like, if I was, like, I don't know, like, if I'm getting arrested, then anything I say could be held against me. Like, if I just start going off cussing at him and stuff, you know what I'm saying?
They gonna label you.
They can, yeah.
Yeah,
a little more stuff.
Exactly what they're gonna do, and you want to make sure that you don't, because like I said, somebody can be recording, and when they put you on that big screen, all they're gonna see is this big overactive black guy. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of self-explanatory. So on 5 it says, keep your hands in plain sight. Make sure that the police can see your hands at all times. So when you driving and they pull you over, your hands should be on the wheel. Either on the wheel or like this. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't want them to get the impression that you trying to pull for something. And they would try that and, oh, get your hands off the gun. And you ain't got a gun. Just because your hands ain't up to where they now body cams can see. What do you think?
I think, for one, if you're gonna be a cop, you can't be scared. You know, you can't be scared. Like, I read a story where a cop came around the car, and it was tinted windows, and the guy rolled down his windows. He wasn't a black guy. I don't think black people is that stupid, but he started shooting at the cop. So I understand that being a cop, it's a dangerous job. You put your life on the line, but you don't. I feel scared for my life if I'm in the car and the cop comes around, already got guns pointed out.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm a citizen. I'm a citizen. I was probably speeding. Write me a ticket. There's no need. There's no reason for you to come out. Already got your gun out. That doesn't make sense. Because I know you don't do this with everybody.
Exactly. But that's the thing.
But as far as showing your hands, I don't know. I don't know why y'all are scared of us. You know,
you shouldn't be scared of your job, period.
Yeah,
if you flipping burgers and you scared of burgers, you need to find another job. That's just point blank, period. So, you know, it's just that simple. You shouldn't be scared of any job that you do. If you're doing a job that you're terrified of, don't do it no more. Let that go.
Can't be scared.
Right. So number 6 is avoid physical contact with the police. No sudden movements, and keep your hands out of your pockets. What do you think that means?
I mean, I don't know. I feel like that's just. I'm scared, bro. It's
scary, like, at the same time, they don't know what you got. So you don't want to give them that impression that I got something. You know, back in the day, they used to rob people like this here. Stick them up. You know what I'm saying? So you don't want to put your hands in your pockets and let them give any impression that you got something.
If I was being pulled over, I'd just show my hands regardless. Just right, because I know how things go.
That's the way it goes. It's number 7 says, do not run even if you are afraid of the police. Why is that important?
Because they gonna kill you.
Right. That little 17-year-old boy that took off running, you know what I'm saying, from the police. They shot him 3 times in the back. Died right there. So it tells you, you know, it's important not to run because they will shoot you, especially as a black person. You done seen people on YouTube hit white guys hit the cops and all they doing is fighting them back. Yeah. But with a black person, they shooting them off top. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, so not running, I guess they don't feel threatened. I can't explain it. Right. I can't explain them shooting somebody that's running away from them because they were scared or they thought they had something.
I just thought of something. I could never so racist, that. But they think.
What?
I was about to say the reason why they shot is because they knew they wasn't gonna catch him.
Probably.
The only thing with a bullet.
Mm-hmm. But then it says, even if you believe, this is number 8, even if you believe that you are innocent, do not resist arrest. I feel some type of way about that because if I done nothing wrong, and the way the police, they don't just put your hands behind your back. No. You're not just going to come tell me, what am I being charged for? You know, and the reason why I feel that way is because you should let me know what I'm being arrested for before you come and try to arrest me. If I didn't do anything wrong, you can't tell me I did something wrong. You can't make me admit that I've done something that I didn't do. So if you coming to arrest me and you like, they tackle you. You know what I'm saying? They put their hands and their feet in your neck. They choke you and do all this. What are you supposed to do in that position? You know, I can't, if I stop fighting because he's choking me, then I'm going to die. You know what I'm saying? I got to figure out a way to get his hands off my neck. That's how they choke that old boy. You feel me? So we got to be mindful of it to try not to get into an altercation with them to where they actually try to do something like that. You get what I'm saying? But I don't know. I feel separate about that. I don't really know. I don't know. I don't want to be arrested for somebody didn't do it. It just don't make any sense to me.
I feel as if I'm being arrested and I'm innocent, shouldn't this cop go to jail? Shouldn't there should be repercussions? Like, something's got to happen.
And that's the thing. In the court of law, it doesn't.
And nothing happens. Nothing happens. And that doesn't make sense. Like, I don't know why, but something's got to happen, especially if he done disrespected me by putting me on the ground, putting my hands behind my back, treating me like a criminal. And really, he's the criminal right now.
Right. Yeah. And what it goes to is that majority of the laws that are made now was made to incarcerate black people, because they try to teach you that white people commit less crimes. It's a lie. You look at statistics, because I don't know what they be looking at, but when I look up statistics, they're leading in rape crimes by, I think it's 78%. It may be 80-something% actually, because it was one of the highest that they had, with robbery, mass murders. They're leading in all of these fields. Like, basically Trump wants to build a wall to Mexico, but they only contribute to 7% out of 100 of murders. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, there's more than everybody else.
I'm trying to understand why y'all scared of that. You feel me? And then there's no such thing as white on white crime. It's only black on black crime. Whenever it comes to white people killing whites, like that mass murder that happened over in what was it, Las Vegas. He killed all them people and injured what, 500 altogether. So many died and so many got injured. You know, they didn't call that white on white crime.
White people's dangerous.
They didn't call that white on white crime. We talking about the most. Let's not talk about bringing slaves over here and killing millions of them. Let's not even get on that, you know. But we're the criminals. That's all I'm saying. We should be scared.
They're dangerous, bro.
Right. And then
mass murders.
Ninth is, do not, don't make any statements about the accident until you are able to meet with a lawyer or a public defender. I'm gonna tell you now, get a lawyer. Paid lawyer. Don't ever get a public defender, because a public defender works for the court. So therefore, now this, I'm not saying that they ain't got some. Louisville actually has some pretty good public defenders that actually want a name for themselves, because they're not gonna be in that for forever. But when you do that, you put yourself up as a risk as being swapped out. Oh, I did this favor for you, so I need you to do this favor for me. So always get you a lawyer. Always make sure you got a lawyer on deck for anything that you do.
Keep some money around.
All right, because like I said, it's important. I promise you it is. It makes a big difference. Whether you staying in jail or getting out is how much you done paid your lawyer, to be all the way honest.
Yeah.
It says number 10 is, the last one is, stay calm and remain in control. Watch your words, body language, and emotions. What do you think about that?
It's hard to stay in control. Like, for one, we have no control. They're in control. But as far as me, just like if I'm getting arrested, you know, I'm not gonna say too much. Like, anything could happen. Like, just go in. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you know you're innocent. If you know you didn't do nothing, you probably just gotta play it out. But to be honest, there's a lot of black men today sitting in jail for things they didn't do.
Right. So,
and if that's how it is, then you know I'm a man of God. Yes. And guess that's what he wanted.
It's like this. It's more or less whenever something like that happens. When you being in control, it's like controlling yourself. You can't control what they're doing, but you control what you do. Right. So you don't let your anger get too far out of control to where you can't control that. Because as soon as you strike, they're going to strike. So you want to make sure that you stay to a certain place. You know what I'm saying? To where you can control your own self. And whatever they choose to do is what they choose to do. But that's what that means. But, anyway, this is one of the biggest, like, with my son driving, one of the biggest things that concern me is this scenario. Because I know it happens, and it happens more than what people think it does. So in our community, it's very important that we have these conversations with our kids. And this is something that white people don't have to do. So, you know, in order to stay alive and keep our kids coming home, you know, it's why you be calling up. You all right? You home? When you coming home? You know what I'm saying? We make sure and we keep following up, because anything can happen to them as being black males or black females in this society right now. So, like I said, this was a good talk. Hopefully, y'all get something from it and y'all can see the way we have to interact with our kids, opposed to how white people have to interact with their kids and how they show their privilege, as far as never having to have this conversation. What do you think?
I mean, I say like, as far as white people being privileged, I want to say that some white people, they don't think they're, like, some people, they know. They just know. I know some people that just know.
It's good to know, though.
And it's good to know. Like,
that means you ain't insane.
Yeah, it means they're not crazy. But then there's, like, those religious people, like, very religious, and they're like, everybody's equal. We all have the same opportunities. And one day, everybody's going to hold hands and joy to the world. like that's not, it's never gonna be that way. It's not gonna be that way.
Yeah, as long as you know that our opportunities are, we have to go harder at everything we do to just have a chance in this society.
Yeah.
To just have a chance to live a certain type of life, especially if it's not sports. So, you know, we got to go above and beyond, not just for us, but for the people after us. Like, we have to set those type of examples. So when we make it into a prestigious school, or we're actually going through high school, we got to set goals and limits high so that everybody else can see that. And then when the next generation come in, maybe they look up to you so that they can do the same thing. So, you know, take heed to the people that is in your generation. The generation before you supposed to teach you, and the generation under you're supposed to teach. So take heed to it. This your boy Weezy the King.
It's your boy Prince Weezy,
and we out here.